Hi everyone, in this video we're going to go over another Leetcode question, remove element. Major tech companies, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, LinkedIn are asking this question while they're conducting their technical interviews. I hope you will find this video tutorial helpful for your technical interview preparation. Let's start with reading the question. So this is a super simple question, but there are too many dislikes, and one from me as well. Okay, can't be bothered now. So the reason is, if you are a non-native speaker, it's too intense. Like, it's so difficult to understand, and it's more like an English test than a computer programming test. So you need to understand this sentence. Given an array nums and value well, remove all instances of that value in place and return the new link. Okay, so basically we have nums array and value, and remove all the instances of that value in place. Okay, don't take extra space. In place and remove it, that's fine. Do not allocate extra space for another array. You must do this by modifying the input array in place with O1 extra memory. Okay, this is also fine. The order of elements can be changed. It doesn't matter what you leave beyond the new link. It doesn't matter what you leave beyond the link. That's where things get complicated. So the order elements can be changed. That's what it says. So I'm seeing from the perspective of a non-native speaker. So this is what I was trying to point out here. This is more like an English test. This is definitely not a computer programming test. Example 1. So we are given a number value and we are given an array. We need to remove these 3's. The new array is 2, 2, and we need to return the length of that array. That is 2. So with the first two elements of num being 2, your function should return length 2. It doesn't matter what you leave beyond the returned length. Okay. Given nums and value is 2, remove the 2's, length is 5, 0, 1, 3, 0, 4 is the new array. Note that the order of those 5 elements can be arbitrary. It doesn't matter what values are set beyond the return length. Okay, these are the things. And clarification. There's also clarification here. That's even more confusing. Confused why the return value is an integer but your answer is an array? Note that the input array is passed in by reference, which means modification to the input array will be known to the caller as well. Internally, you can think of this. I just say, what the fuck? Like, note that the input array is passed by reference. Okay, you're passing the reference, which means modification to the input array will be known to the caller as well. Okay. Internally, you can think of this. Nums is passed by reference without making a copy. You're passing the reference of the nums here. And in any modification, nums in your function would be known by the caller. Using the length returned by a function, it prints the length of the elements. Okay. So, I mean, this is too much. Seriously, this is a joke. Like, so let's get on the whiteboard and try to solve this. This is basically we need to remove a value 2 from the array and print the new length. That's all we need to do. And this is our nums array and integer value. This is in reference, so we can modify it here. And so the point is, we will start going through the array like this. In this, we'll walk through the array. And I'm kind of offended here because I'm not a native speaker, so I struggle to understand this. And if I see this in a technical interview, I will fail not because not because of my computer programming skills, but my English skills. So it's funny. Anyway, so excuse me. So here, we go through the array, right? So every time, if we see a value that is not equal to our value, we will increment our m pointer as well. So I walks, m walks together. And I walks, then m stays. When there is a value, m just stays and jumps to the next value. So I is 2 again, m stays there, I is 3, and walks to the 3. So m jumps all the values that we want to remove. And nums of m becomes nums of I. So we create, so we modify this array as we walk through. So nums of m becomes, nums of m is nums of I. So let's show this here. So nums of m is 0, nums of I is 0, okay. Then they walk together. Nums of m is nums of I. That's again the same. Now I is 2, m stays. Okay. Now value is not equal to I, so m jumps here. M jumps 2's and comes here. Now nums of m is actually nums of 2. So we 0, 1, 2. Nums of m is nums of I, and that will become 3. If that makes sense. We remove these two elements basically. So we make these two iterator walk together, and now nums of m is now nums of I. Excuse me. So nums of m is nums of 2 is 3. So it was nums of 2 before it was 2. Now nums of 2 is 3. Then they start walking together again. Nums of m is nums of 2, and they walk. Nums of m is nums of I. Nums of m is nums of I again. And the final round, this is again, we pass this and we are not printing m. So m is nums of m is nums of I is the last element. M, we don't change m here, so we remove I this way. So basically, if it's not I, not equal to the value we're looking for, we simply increment m, and our new array becomes this. So nums of m, nums of I, that was the same, 1. So let's actually do it quickly again. I hope this is not an overkill. I'm just trying to show you how it works. So nums of m is nums of I, okay. Again, nums of m is nums of I. We increment m every time when we increment I, if the values are not equal. Now, nums of I walks, nums of m stays. Okay, here, nums of m is 3. And nums of I is now 3. So we make them walk again. Nums of I is 0. Then nums of I is 4. So we increment m only if I is not equal to 2. I increments together, I and m walks together if value is not equal to the value we're looking for. So I continues and we return this array. But the question is asking, we should not return an array. Instead, we should return this m. Like how many times the length of the array, this array. So, and that's the number of items that are not equal to val. And that's exactly what m is doing here. So we return m, and that's the answer. So this is the code. M and I walks together. If otherwise, m continues and submit. I hope it was clear. And it's again, it's a super simple question, but it's so difficult to understand from the description of the question. So it's a good idea to know questions like that. So rather than trying to get into this question and trying to understand, you can simply say, when you see this question, you can say, okay, this is what it is asking for. So that was the idea why I recorded this video. I hope it was helpful. Thanks for watching. I have more videos coming up, so if you subscribe to my channel, we can meet again later. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.